What is up, flockers? That is my fellow lockers and aspiring lockers. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons to comb coils. So if you're interested in hearing those, then stick around. I do not come on here pretending to know things that I don't know or pretending to be a knowledge bank of things that I have no experience with. I am not a loctician, cosmetologist, anything like that. Never studied hair or anything like that. I just come on here and give honest facts and opinions of what I have experienced myself. And I'll never come on here and talk about, for example, freeform locks or semi-freeform locks in a sense like I know anything about them, because I really don't. But every other lock spectrum that there is, Microloc, comb coil, two-strand twist, traditional, I've pretty much had all of them and tried all of them, done an undercut, had long lock extensions, done it with my own hair, done instant locks. So the reason that I talk about all different types of locks on my channel is because I have had experience with almost all different types of locks, not just with Microlocs, what I have right now. So today I'm going to be talking about comb coils because it was something that was requested by one of the flockers in the comments section. So the first pro on my list of why comb coils may be for you is that it is an easy and simple starter method. Now, some of the starter methods for locks can be very intricate and more difficult and might definitely require a professional or someone who has some type of training or taken some time to learn the technique in order to do, like sister locks or just interlocking with a grid pattern. And then there are other forms that are easier to start. And comb coils is typically a starter method that is very simple for someone to start, whether you go to a loctician, you do it yourself, or you have a friend do it for you. So that's definitely the first pro on my list. The second pro on my list is the fact that it is the perfect lock form. And what I mean by that is that when you have comb coils, the form of the comb coil is already cylindrical. And so your lock already has the base that it needs. Whereas like with my Braidlocs, you know, it's a woven pattern. And so it's like this as opposed to a cylinder. When you get comb coils, like I said, you already have that form or that mold for your locks to mature and to grow into. They're not having to do extra work to become locks or to fill up that space. So if you're into cylindrical looking locks, uniform locks, things like that, then comb coils may be for you. The third reason on my list and pro for why comb coils may be for you is that they can be easily fixed if they do come undone. With other methods, interlocking, again, that's more intricate. You may not know how to do it. You may have to go to a professional to do it. But if you have one or two comb coils that come undone, you may be able to simply go in and fix it yourself without having to wait until your next loctician appointment to get it done or redone. The fourth reason on my list of pros of why comb coils may be for you is that it may be the quickest method for your locks to actually mature and lock. What do I mean by that? I simply mean that, again, because you have that perfect cylindrical form, because of the way that it's done, it just may be the quickest way. Like with braids take a longer time to mature. Two-strand twist, also the pattern can take a long time for it to go away. With comb coils, you don't have a pattern. I mean, I guess a cylinder can be a pattern in the fact that it's going like that, but there's really no pattern that has to disappear. And so again, your lock does less work when it has to swell and condense and go through the maturation phase. So I tend to see that people that have comb coils, they notice that their locks are maturing faster and they get to full maturation quicker than other lock methods. And my fifth reason on the list of pros for comb coils is that you literally walk out the chair with a nice looking style. On day one, they don't look like locks. They just look like a nice slick style. Like you went and you got your hair done and it looks really nice and laid, all, you know, down, and everything just looks nice with them. I used to call them, because I had them, and I used to call them the DL Hughleys because he was my first point of reference for someone with comb coils. And so they just look nice, they look presentable, they can be great for the workplace or whatever environment you're in. They just look nice when you first get them done and you walk out and you have a style on day one. Moving on to the cons. The first con on my list of why comb coils may not be for you is that you do have to use product typically when you're starting them. There are some lock methods that you use that you don't have to use any product at all in your hair, but everyone that I've seen that has started with comb coils has had to have gel or some type of holding sticky substance that they use to keep that cylindrical form. So if you're not into gels or other things being put into your hair to start your locks, then comb coils may not be for you. The second con on my list for comb coils is that as easy as they are to do, they are also easy to come undone and unraveled, especially when your hair is short. When I started my comb coils, my hair was very short. Even simple things, like it wouldn't even have to be me washing my hair for them to come unraveled. The simple things like going out and playing basketball or going for a jog, anything that I did that literally walking out the house in the summertime. Anything that I did that caused me to sweat would cause my hair to unravel. If I didn't have on a stocking cap or something in the beginning of my journey, I wasn't aware of the stocking cap tip. And so I had a lot of unraveling and locks coming out because of that, because my hair was short and because the product that I had, the gel in my hair, it would just, you know, when you get hot and sweat, it rinses out with the sweat. And so that's another con, especially if your hair is short, that if you're not going to be wearing a stocking cap when you're sweating and exercising or whatever you're doing, that you're going to deal with a lot of unraveling. And the third con for comb coils could be seen as a pro or a con, but this method allows for a lot of swelling. Now, some people like the thicker locks and they like for their locks to swell before they condense and become compact. You just need to know that your locks are going to swell probably double or triple the size that they are when you start them. So you might start with a lock that is really thin and pencil size, and then after a couple of months, as they start to swell, they get 2 to 3 times bigger. So, I mean, you go from a lock like this to a lock like this, and you're like, well, dang, why are my locks so big all of a sudden? And they do shrink back down, but it does take time. So it can be a con if you're hoping that your locks are going to just stay that small pencil size from day 1 to year 1 to year 10. If you found this video helpful at all, make sure to hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button while you are here. And before you go anywhere, check out some of the other videos that have popped up on the screen. I'll see you there.